Guys, I think by the end of this, there's going to be like no stores left in Manhattan or any other major city. I'm going to go ahead and forecast that. I've been kind of saying lately that I think everything should just basically go to the point where no one can actually walk into anything. All right. I know that'll be absolutely terrible for the overall overwhelming masses here, guys. Right. But I do think that that's probably how it needs to go going forward. Buy something online and they'll bring it up to the front. It is too much theft happening, and specifically in a lot of these places, they're not even going to jail. Like as soon as they're getting like $1 bonds and things, like that's not going to keep someone from taking something worth, I don't know, $50,000 from the store. A $1 bond, bro, that's doing nothing. That's just making the issue worse. All right. But either way, listen, I mean, let's see what's happening in the closest big city to you guys, right? Man. All right, so the name of the video is a car dealership closes over migrant theft. And this is a suggestion via Discord. Originally, this is coming from the channel NYC Uncovered. If you would like to see more of this type of content, make sure you go ahead and check out the link in the description, guys.
New York City is in the news again for the wrong reasons. A new wave of thieves has taken over the streets. But these ones are not after money or jewels, but cars.
But first, breaking news. A car theft comes to a deadly end in Queens.
Yeah, the victim was trying to stop thieves from breaking into his car when they ran him over and then took off.
Mauro Chimbe,
Was that in broad daylight?
43, was at an intersection when he noticed a man exit a white BMW and attempt to break into his parked white Toyota Highlander. The incident unfolded in broad daylight, catching the attention of bystanders. An eyewitness recounted hearing the sound of breaking glass and alerted Chimbe to the attempted theft.
Like the fact that you do this in front of like literal witnesses and just literally don't care, that's absolutely insane. Brazen.
The scene was described as unusual and alarming, especially since it occurred in front of many people.
It's very surprising because most of the time the people that are here is a very tight community. Okay. So most of us, we all know each other. So things like this don't really occur around here.
Kevin Gonzalez, an eyewitness, expressed surprise at the brazenness of the crime, emphasizing how unexpected and unsettling it was for such an event to unfold in a public setting.
They broke the window of the car and then they tried to go away with something from the vehicle.
After the suspect broke into Chimbe's vehicle, he quickly returned to the waiting BMW. Chimbe bravely tried to prevent their escape. Chimbe grasped onto the BMW's hood in an attempt to halt their getaway. However, during the struggle, he was thrown from the moving vehicle, resulting in severe head injury. Surveillance footage captured the white BMW speeding away from the scene. In response, neighbors quickly rushed to Chimbe's aid.
And guys, see, this is why you don't leave anything visible in your car. I'm guessing there was someone that walked past the vehicle. They were looking in every single car. They saw something that was interesting to them. And then they radioed their buddy, or whatever it is, rode up to the side of the car, broke into it, and then attempted to escape. That's what this was. But instead, the person whose vehicle it was jumped onto the car. Bro, listen, anything that was taken can be replaced. You cannot, okay? You cannot.
Chimbe was rushed to Elmhurst Hospital, but sadly, it was confirmed that he had already passed away. Wow. His brother, Francisco Chimbe, shared with Eyewitness News that Chimbe was a devoted husband and father of 2 daughters. Francisco described his brother as someone who cherished his family and enjoyed bringing joy to others. Francisco expressed his heartfelt wish for the individuals responsible for this tragedy to be apprehended and face justice. According to reports, the suspects fled the scene in a BMW heading northbound on 85th Street. The BMW reportedly had a Massachusetts license plate.
Residents want to know what emboldened a thief to break into this car in the middle of the day.
Unfortunately, as of now, no arrests have been made, and the investigation into this heartbreaking incident remains active and ongoing. The authorities say they are diligently working to piece together the details and locate those involved in this terrible loss. But in reality, they are not doing anything, and I will tell you why before the end of this video.
Caught on a Ring camera, the car theft crew police are looking for.
I'm going to forecast again, guys. Bail reform. Like, I understand there are some people who are absolutely in jail or prison for things that they have not done. Right? They don't really deserve to have $1 million bail, bro. I get that. Bail reform is interesting, but the downside of this is now all of these terrible people are able to get out with $1 in Manhattan. Guys, that's a problem.
Pulling up to a home in Bayside, Queens. They'll leave with that Audi SUV.
In this next incident, a gang of bandits targeted upscale neighborhoods across New York City, breaking into over a dozen homes and making off with nearly 10 luxury cars over a span of 3 months. According to police reports, the thieves targeted high-end vehicles like Porsches, Mercedes, and Range Rovers from driveways in Queens and Brooklyn between June and August.
And all these cars are going to end up on a port somewhere, heading most likely to Nigeria.
The bandits typically operate in small groups, ranging from 4 to 3 individuals, focusing mainly on affluent areas like Whitestone, but also striking in Bayside, Jamaica Estates, Holliswood, Manhattan Beach, and Bay Ridge. Their style involves striking during the early hours of the morning, taking advantage of the homeowner's sleep.
I got cameras all around the house, so we have that surveillance thing, and there's always somebody home. I work variable hours. My kids are in and out, so I think they're targeting like empty homes.
Interestingly, a woman from Tennessee managed to locate her stolen car by using an AirTag concealed inside a Bible. This creative tracking method led her to her vehicle. The spree of thefts began near Point Crescent, where the thieves were stopped by a vigilant homeowner before they could take anything, as reported by the police.
The homeowner inside with his family makes a move. He breaks the glass of his front door. It scares them off, and the homeowner goes after them.
Later that same month, the gang targeted 2 other homes but failed to steal anything. They were confronted by homeowners at one location and deterred by a security alarm at another. In Brooklyn, near Coleridge Street and Oriental Boulevard, they stole a Mercedes-Benz and a BMW SUV from a home. Their next target was a home near 222nd Street and 41st Road in Queens. They entered around 1 a.m. and took several items, including an Audi SUV. The following day, these same individuals stole a BMW sedan from a house near 291st Street and 38th Avenue in Queens. They struck again the next day, this time taking a Range Rover SUV and a Porsche from a home near Cambridge Road and Somerset Street. On another occasion, they stole jewelry, clothes, cash, and another Mercedes-Benz from a home near Ridge Boulevard and 77th Street in Brooklyn.
The escalation of that, right? It may be homes, but if there's somebody in the home and then someone becomes hurt because of it, that's a terrible thing.
Oh, yeah.
Their last known burglary occurred a few months ago, where 3 of the thieves entered a home near Coleridge Street and Oriental Boulevard in Brooklyn. They made off with jewelry, clothing, a Mercedes-Benz, and another BMW SUV.
I feel very bad, okay? But with the only thing you can do, call the police, that's all.
Police have recovered the stolen BMW.
Yeah, that's because you're in a place literally that doesn't really allow you to have firearms like that. And I'm going to always kind of say, bro, get out of New York. It's time to leave. I'm so happy I left in the early 2000s. And I mean this thoroughly. I am so happy I got out of this place because look at where it is now. Guys, you guys are making a lot of money if you're able to stay there. That means you will be pretty much affluent anywhere else you go, no matter where you are in New York. Doesn't matter. Please leave. All right? It has fallen.
W sedan, a Mercedes-Benz sedan, and the Genesis sedan. But the other vehicles and the culprits are still missing. Now, while some robbers prefer operating at night due to the cover it provides, others capitalize on car owners' mistakes when doors are left unlocked, providing an opportunistic moment for theft. This is the case for the next story we are about to see.
14 seconds in a blink of an eye in video you'll only see here on Eyewitness News. Suspects pull up to a home.
Whether it's in the driveway or not, they will check it.
In a recently obtained video by Eyewitness News, suspects were seen swiftly pulling up to a home to steal an Infiniti. The entire theft was completed in under 15 seconds, highlighting the alarming speed and ease with which these crimes can occur. NYPD Captain Gloricel Lee, a 19-year veteran, now heads the 123rd Precinct in the Tottenville section of Staten Island. Her top priority is to raise awareness about the prevalent issue of car thefts and educate the community on how to prevent them. Deputy Chief Joseph says that a staggering 90% of vehicle thefts happen when the car doors are left unlocked during the crime. He stresses the importance of securing vehicles to deter opportunistic thieves. Lee points out a crucial indicator that signals to thieves whether a car is an easy target or not. In many luxury vehicles, the side view mirrors automatically close when the car is locked using the key fob. If these mirrors remain open, it often suggests that the car is unlocked and possibly contains the key fob inside.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I've never heard that before. I mean, well, I guess some specifically, like Mercedes, do that. Like my wife drives a BMW X5, and she has to manually push a button inside the car in order for that actually to happen.
I've felt
So I don't know.
here for so long. It's never been a thought, you know, they've never thought to go back and let me double check that the door is locked.
She adds that people have felt so safe for so long, and that is why it doesn't cross their minds to check if their doors are locked. This false sense of security has made the community vulnerable to such quick and brazen thefts. Captain Lee urges residents to adopt a proactive approach by routinely checking and ensuring that their vehicle doors are locked, especially in light of the increasing frequency of these incidents. She emphasizes that such simple precautions can significantly reduce the risk of becoming a victim of car theft.
Sometimes they hit their jackpot where the key fob is sometimes left inside the car and they'll take the whole vehicle.
But
yeah, guys, I've never understood that. Like like for example, I occasionally see movies, like older movies, and like in the country, people would have like their keys like right above them, and I'm just like, bro, why would you leave the key in the car with the door unlocked? That doesn't make any sense, bro. Just put the key in your pocket.
just when you think it can't get any worse, wait till you hear the next story on our table.
Well, a troubling, disturbing story here in Queens. This morning, police are still searching for a suspect after a little girl was taken in a vehicle, stolen in a vehicle.
The unsettling incident unfolded just outside a grocery store on Jamaica Avenue, close to 169th Street, around 7 p.m. one Tuesday evening.
Yeah, don't even go anywhere near there, bro.
In a recently obtained surveillance video,
Jamaica Avenue?
a man swiftly climbed into a double-parked Toyota RAV4 and sped away with a 5-year-old girl still inside. Inside the store, the mother swiftly noticed her missing child.
So the mother left the car. Wait, hold on. So, okay, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So the mother left your 5-year-old kid in the car on Jamaica Avenue in Queens, the old location of the Coliseum, right? In the hood, with the door unlocked and your kid in the car. To be honest, I think she deserves some type of punishment also, just to be honest.
Dashed out and tried to chase down the car, but she couldn't catch up in time.
That's when an alleged suspect walks up to the vehicle and gets inside before racing off with it and the child.
Wow.
When the mother realizes what happened,
Who does
she
that?
desperately runs after the vehicle.
Fortunately, a kind-hearted passerby discovered the child roughly 15 minutes later near the YMCA on Parsons Boulevard. They promptly took her to the 103rd Precinct, where she was joyously reunited with her mother.
Not long after, Pix 11 capturing this video of the 5-year-old girl being reunited with her mother at the 103rd Precinct.
Yeah, I think this actually happens pretty commonly. Like, so if your vehicle gets pilfered and your kid is in it, like the last thing the person that took your car wants now is anything to do with that. They will drop your kid off. All right? They will.
The child was not.
As investigations progressed, the authorities located the stolen vehicle in the Bronx. A resident, Andy Quito, was present during the carjacking incident, but initially dismissed it as commonplace, given the area's unfortunate reputation for such occurrences. He said he saw the car speed off, but he didn't think much about it since it has become a normal thing in the area.
Bro, get out
According
of this area.
to NYPD records, over 2,000 vehicle thefts have occurred citywide this year alone, with 36 of them in this very area. This serves as a sobering reminder for the community. Residents like Rhonda Davis stress the importance of remaining vigilant, particularly for parents. She adds that as a mother herself, she can never leave her baby or young child in a car.
Who does that? Like, if you're doing that, stop that right now. Like, promise yourself you'll never do that again. All right? I'm sorry. You have to run to the gas station really quickly. I get that. Bring your kid. All right? Do not leave your kid. Do not leave your kid in the car.
Even if it's just for a moment.
Yeah,
she believes they should be taken by their guardians to wherever they are going.
Yep.
Anything to ensure they are not left alone inside the car.
we have parents have to be very careful and mindful that by a twink of an eye, anything could happen. So it's always safe to have your kid with you.
Yeah, that's
You may
crazy.
be wondering why nothing serious is being done to tackle this crime, and I am here to give you the perfect answer to that question. We are starting with the story of Lisa Nisko, for you to understand this issue perfectly. Last summer, she came across a tempting deal on a 2017 Infiniti for sale through Facebook Marketplace. The car seemed like a steal at $8,000, decent condition with low mileage. Excited about her purchase, Nisko's joy quickly turned to shock when she discovered 2 days later that the car was stolen. The VIN number matched the documents, but she was informed that the title was fake and didn't match the owner's name on record. Wondering what happened? Then stay with me. Nisko's initial reaction was disbelief. She never imagined falling victim to a scam when buying a vehicle. She reached out to the New York City Police Department, where detectives confirmed that the sedan she bought was indeed reported stolen. They advised her not to drive the car to avoid legal trouble if it was trackhead.
We were scammed out of $8,000, which is, to me, is a lot.
Now, a year later, the case remains unsolved. The NYPD assured CBS News that they are actively investigating, but so far, no arrests have been made, and the Infiniti still sits idle in Nisko's driveway. Vehicle theft is a growing concern in cities like New York. Last year alone, over 15,000 vehicles were reported stolen in NYC, a number that has more than doubled since 2017, according to CBS News. However, the odds of catching those responsible for car theft are slim. This trend is not limited to New York, but is seen across the country.
Not even just the country, the continent, guys. Canada is also suffering from this massively.
Nationwide, vehicle thefts rose by over 10% from 2021 to 2022, with nearly 1 million vehicles stolen last year and fewer than 70,000 arrests made, as per the latest FBI data. An analysis of police data from various U.S. cities by CBS News revealed that the vast majority of car theft cases go unresolved. For instance, in New York City, there were only about 14 arrests made for every 100 reported car thefts in June. Experts suggest that one reason for these low clearance rates is the strain on police resources. Many police departments are understaffed, making it challenging to keep up with the growing number of car theft cases. Law enforcement agencies across the country talk about budget and staffing shortages as significant factors contributing to low auto theft clearance rates. For instance, the Cook County Sheriff's Office has been looking into preventive measures to combat car theft. Last year, they introduced a vehicle tracker program allowing vehicle owners to grant law enforcement access to their vehicle's tracking information if stolen. Since its launch,
I don't like that. Listen, I hear you, right? That may sound really good to you, right? But that is too much. Okay, I'm not going to give law enforcement any type of authority to track my vehicle whenever they decide, right? I mean, because if you say they can in this instance, then that means they will at any time they desire, bro.
Nearly 9,500 cars have signed up, but this has only managed to scratch the surface of the situation. As for Lisa Nisko,
bro, just buy your own tracker. These things are cheap now, and I mean really cheap. Don't get the one the AirTag. Don't get the AirTag because if the person has an iPhone, which most likely they will have an iPhone, right? It'll alert them that there's a tracker inside of it. It'll tell them exactly where the tracker is. All they do is pick it up and throw it out. Okay, don't get one of those. Right? You can get a lot of other ones. Just don't get one of those.
She remains in confusion.
For the car.
A year later, the stolen car she purchased is still parked in her driveway. She hasn't recovered any of her money, and she's unable to use the car she paid for. The frustrating reality highlights the challenges faced by victims of car theft in the current landscape.
The man who sold her the vehicle identified himself as Stephen N. Andre on paperwork and went by the initials CD on Facebook Marketplace. But Nisko says after the transaction, his photo was gone and his profile name changed.
I ended up losing out on all avenues.
Wowzers. Like, what do you even do? What do you even do in a situation where you accidentally purchase a car that's obviously been taken from someone else, but that other person obviously through insurance got that car back. So now you're sitting on basically a ghost car you can do nothing with. Now, I mean, what do you do with that, guys? I mean, can you salvage it? Like, salvage the title now? It's a car that's been on your property for a while. That's a serious question. Can you just salvage it? I wonder. Like, rebuild the title? Huh, just a thought. But all right, listen, if you guys do like this content, NYC Uncovered is the name of the channel. The link will be in the description, guys, all right? Catch you guys later. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.